So I found 6 free apps that claim to pay you just for listening to music. And since I know a lot of you have been asking me about these apps, I decided to test them out for myself and to see if they actually work. And in this video, I'm going to break down for you what my results were and whether you can actually make any money from any of these apps. So let's get into it. So let's start with this website called Razune. This is it right here. And this is a website that, again, just literally claims to pay you to actually listen to music. So I created an account. I tried this out for myself. A couple things I want to show you about this website. So first of all, what's kind of cool about this is that they'll put $5 into your account right away just for signing up. You don't have to do anything else. And then once you do that, you can actually come in here and click on the left here where it says songs and radio, and actually choose different ones that you want to listen to. And you'll see right here that, like for instance, this song, if you listen to this, they'll pay you 66 cents. But for your first 2 songs, it seems like they give you a little bit of a bonus because I definitely earned more than $1 for each of the songs that I had listened to, even though it said it would pay me out less. And you can see up here that my total earnings to date are $9.33. So it is pretty cool that they pay you that right away when you sign up. So once you actually earn enough, what you can do is come over on the left here and click on My Wallet. And this shows you all the different ways that you can get paid out. You can see that you can get paid out with PayPal or Payeer if you're into crypto. They also have like Tether here and MasterCard. So lots of good choices. The major downside about this website though is that you can't withdraw anything until you've earned a total of $90, which is quite high, especially when you consider that each song that you listen to only pays like 66 cents. So yeah, I've been able to rack up like $9.33 already, but going forward, each song's only gonna pay less than $1. Now, the good news is that it's pretty easy. If I just click on this and actually listen to it, this thing keeps popping up as well, which is really frustrating. It won't even actually, let me click on this. So hopefully that now works. But you'll see if you listen to the song, yeah, it's just, I mean, now I'm just getting totally frustrated with this website. This wasn't happening yesterday. It was a little bit easier yesterday. I would just listen to these songs for less than a minute and then it would qualify for my account, the entire amount. But the other frustrating thing about this website, besides all these random pop-ups, is that they only give you a couple songs every single day. So today I only have 1 song. So $9.33 plus 66 cents, that brings me like what, $10. And now I can't make any more for the rest of the day. So a little bit frustrating, but hey, if you create an account, log in every day, just listen to the few songs that are available. It's really fast, it's not that hard, and eventually you will rack up enough where you will be able to withdraw it. Now this next site works a little bit differently because instead of getting paid just to listen to music, you actually get paid to review music. And you can do that on this site called Slice the Pie. Now actually, Slice the Pie works with a lot of different things. You can get paid to take surveys, to play games and tasks. But of course, we're just gonna focus on the music part of this. So I'm gonna click where it says rate and review music. And in here, this is where you can actually play the song. Now, one catch here is you have to listen to these songs for at least 70 seconds. And if you click away to like another browser, it stops playing and it doesn't count. So you really have to actually be focused on the song and actually paying attention to it. And then on the right here is where you can actually write the entire review. So that's what I did here. One thing I did read about this is that you want to make sure that your review is honest and it's very thorough, because if it's not, then there's a smaller chance that you'll actually be allowed to make more reviews and you won't get paid out as much for reviews in the future. So I really made sure that I listened to the song closely. I gave a nice thorough review that was honest and really thought about all of my answers here. However, you can see that as soon as I hit send in my review, I got this notification telling me that I wrote the review too quickly and that it didn't qualify. It was kind of suspicious, which doesn't make sense because I didn't go through as quickly. I actually listened to the full 70 seconds. I took my time with it. But now I am not allowed to review any more songs and I didn't earn anything for that review either. So that's very frustrating. And if it happened to me, it could happen to you as well. So for me, this one gets a big thumbs down because it just doesn't work. Now this next one is called PrizeRebel, and this isn't exclusively an app that pays you to listen to music, but they have all these surveys, and some of the surveys are about music. So I created an account, and you can see right here that they have all these different surveys here. Some of these are for listening to music, which we'll talk about in a second. But here on the left, I first wanted to show you this. This is how you actually get paid out. You can get paid out with PayPal. And in order to get a $10 PayPal credit, you need 1,000 points. So just keep that in mind. Now, what I started to do was I started clicking on all these surveys trying to find ones that would actually pay you out for listening to music. They also have this thing called the offer wall. So I came over to this and I was never really able to find them. It seems like it's almost like hidden. You don't know what the surveys are until you start taking them. So I wasn't actually able to find any that were specifically about music. And part of the reason for that is because for a lot of these surveys, once I opened them up and started to do them, I got halfway through them before I found out that I actually don't qualify for them, and it kicked me out and didn't pay me anything for that survey, which is extremely frustrating. And what was really frustrating about it was that I was answering the same questions over and over again and never getting paid out. So it really got very tiresome. Now, if you're luckier than I am and you're actually able to complete the surveys and get paid, what you'll get paid out, it will tell you right before you take the survey. So right here, it tells you that you will earn 16 points for 5 minutes. And every one is different. This one is 131 points for 9 minutes. So on average, from what I can see, you're earning like 5 points per minute on average, which means that in order to get $10 from PayPal, you need at least 200 minutes. But honestly, it's a lot more than that because if you're not qualifying for all the surveys, it's gonna take you a lot longer, probably like 300 minutes, which means that you're earning like $2 an hour doing this. So in my opinion, it's just not worth it. This next website I wanna show you is very different from the other ones. And I was very excited when I found it because this one called Cash for Minutes actually pays you to make phone calls, and on the phone calls, you're supposed to listen to music. So I was very excited about this because this is finally one that's dedicated just to getting paid for listening to music. So I created an account, and one of the first things I noticed was that they don't really tell you how the website works, but I was able to figure it out. You first have to actually link up a phone number. Basically, you just put in your phone number so that when you call from that number, they know it's you and you get the credits for it. Now, the first day that I signed up for this, it didn't work because when you come over to these access numbers, they're supposed to give you numbers that you call in order to be able to listen to music. And there was nothing in here. But then a couple of days later, numbers did appear. So if you click right here where it says view our numbers and you search for your region, which is like United States, you can see all of the numbers right here. So you can call any of these numbers, and for every minute that you stay on the phone, you earn this amount. But as you see, it is extremely low. So this 3.3075, like very low. If we do the math on that, let's say you listen for an hour, that's gonna pay you less than 5 cents per hour. So yeah, not worth it in my opinion, especially if you're paying for minutes on your phone or there's a risk that you could go over a set amount of minutes. Yeah, I just really don't think it's worth it. But this next website is another one that's devoted just to paying you for listening to music. And this time you can do it through your browser. So this one is called Radio Earn. And the first warning I want to give you about this website is that it is very sketchy. There's a lot of pop-ups on this website. And anytime you try to click on anything like log in and sign up, you probably can't even see it, but it's right here. You end up clicking one of these ads and it opens up to a new tab. It's just a little bit sketchy like that. But once you actually finally create an account, you'll see it right here. And then you can click on the left here where it says start earning and actually listen to the radio. So yeah, this does, just log me out. But yeah, this does work when you listen to it. You will be able to hear the music on your browser. And honestly, it's not bad music. I actually enjoyed listening to it. But this is another one where, gosh, it doesn't matter how long you listen to it. It just doesn't pay you much at all. And I have not been able to make enough to even be able to withdraw anything from this website, even though I've been testing this out for a couple of days now. And before we move on to the next one, if you're enjoying this video so far and you appreciate that I'm actually being honest with you, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content just like this. Okay, but bear with me because this next app is one that actually does work. So this is an app called Givy. and it's only available on Android. Now, I don't have an Android phone, honestly, but what I do have is an e-reader that runs Android. So this is the best I can show you. It is totally black and white because it's e-ink, but this will give you an idea of how it works. This is the same Android operating system that's on an Android phone, so it's the same app. Anyway, this is the app right here. And as you can see, if you click right here, this shows you all the different stations that you can listen to. I've been listening to this one called Belgium Dance Radio, and honestly, it's really not that bad. I actually enjoy the music. And over here actually shows you your earnings. Now up here, you can see that you will earn 1 cent for every 1,000 points that you earn. And from my experience, I didn't have to listen that long just to earn 1,000 points. The bad news about this is that I can't play it in the background and earn any points with it, unfortunately. So you do actually have to have it open on your phone and listening to it actively to be able to earn. The other good news about this app, though, is that the payouts are extremely low. And by that, I mean the threshold to actually withdraw is extremely low. So you see with PayPal, you only have to earn $1.04 to actually be able to withdraw any money from it. Binance is just 35 cents, Payeer is 35 cents. So as long as you're earning something, you're gonna be able to withdraw it even if the amount you earned is extremely low. So of all the apps that I've tried, this one is definitely one of the better apps. Now, I know these results were pretty disappointing, but I'm always trying to be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna sell you some false hope or tell you that they work when they really don't. That was the purpose of this whole test, to see if they worked. And in my opinion, based on my experience, these are not worth doing at all. You'd be much better off spending your time learning how to build a real online business. Now, I've tested hundreds of online businesses over the past few years, but the number one online business that I have found that's great for beginners is something called eBay dropshipping. It's a way to actually sell products on eBay without actually holding any inventory yourself. On the screen right now is actually a complete video tutorial that I've put together that explains this entire dropshipping system step by step. So if you want to learn how to do that, and in my experience, what is one of the better ways to make money online, make sure to click on this video right here, and I'll see you over there in just 1 second. Bye for now.